Now, parents in Tennessee think that some kids are being taught too much about religion. A new bill from a Republican state lawmaker seeks to prohibit students younger than 10th grade from being taught about Islam or other topics that the state considers religious doctrine. Joining me now is Robert McCaw, the Government Affairs Manager for the Council on American Islamic Relations. Hi, Robert. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Now, the lawmaker behind this bill, that's State Representative Sheila Butt, she says that teaching the 5 pillars of Islam to students before high school is not age appropriate. But is it age appropriate to teach the fundamental beliefs of other religions? What's going on here?
I think it's totally appropriate to teach all children about all world religions. We're not just a Christian-only nation anymore, and it's important for students to know the different beliefs of their peers around them. But really, this bill that's being introduced, it's not really just about religious doctrine. It's a dog whistle to anti-Muslim activists, plain and simple. And it's not what the bill says about religious doctrine, which is ambiguous. It's what people are saying in the streets. Anti-Muslim activists screaming that courses about teaching just the basic concepts that Islam amounts to indoctrination. And so while Representative Butt is claiming that this is a very neutral bill, it doesn't single out any one religion, it's really responding to an growing anti-Muslim sentiment in the state. And we're pushing back against it.
That's right. Well, Representative Butt is also pushing back and denying here that this bill targets Islam. She tweeted, $20 to the first person who shows me where this bill targets a specific religion. Care to take a stab at it? CAIR National. That said, this is the same woman who responded to a Facebook call out from CAIR to end Islamophobia with, quote, "It is time for a council on Christian relations and an NWAWP in this country." So how do you respond to her defenses here?
I think there's a lot of bigotry driving what she says and think. If you look at it, NAAP, a National Association for White People. Now, she's claimed that, no, I only meant Western people later on, although groups like CAIR and the state's Black Caucus disagree. It's trying to otherize Muslims. If we need to have a council on Christian relations, a council in a group for white or Western people, we're essentially saying that Muslims in the state are not welcome. And it's something that really shouldn't be expressed by the leader of the Republican Party in the Tennessee State House.
Well, and, some things you had already pointed out, too. This bill does come after a slew of other anti-Muslim incidents in the state, from anti-foreign law legislations to arson at mosques. What is so palpable about anti-Muslim sentiment in Tennessee?
I think Tennessee is the buckle of the Bible Belt, and that the majority of people in Tennessee welcome their Muslim neighbors and people of other faith, but there's a certain streak of Islamophobia that is just running in the state. And you also have a lot of outside influence. You have groups like the American Center for Law and Justice that are right now doing state-level Freedom of Information Act requests in all school districts asking about their curriculum on Islam. But you have to remember that groups like ACLJ, that in the past they've said that Muslims cannot truthfully swear an oath of allegiance to America. And then you have self-interested pastors like Pastor Greg Locke that's calling on all Christian students in the state to take an F rather than learning about, dare I say, another religion. So I think there's a small minority of Islamophobes in the state and outside the state that are trying to generate, interest or actually generate fear about Islam and other religions. And they're stoking the flames of fear.
So just very quickly, too, Robert, do you think that this bill will see the light of day?
She is the Tennessee Majority House Leader for the Republican Party. There's a fair chance that this bill could see the light of day. CAIR and its action alert are calling on all Tennesseans to reach out to all their representatives in a push that this bill does not see consideration. Right now, the state is also considering another anti-Muslim bill. It's called a no-go zone bill. that would ask the state's attorney general to work with the Department of Justice to break up these falsely alleged no-go zones where Muslims or other ethnic groups would have enclaves that other people aren't welcome. I think that the state of Tennessee really needs to be working on legislation that benefits its people and shouldn't be wasting its time or tax dollars on useless pursuits that are only trying to stoke the flames of Islamophobia.
Can't argue with that. Robert, thanks for joining us today.